Hello, and welcome. And y'all, I literally just went through this laughing spell. I ended up with fluid going down the wrong pipe. So that's what you're hearing right now. I think I'm okay for now. So it's Monday, and on Mondays, all roads lead to book club, and I am super duper excited. It feels like we haven't been here in forever. We want to thank you all for all of your prayers, your acknowledgments, your messages, your text messages. We did have to take a sudden trip last week to tend to some family issues. Our family is okay, but it was a little touch and go for a minute. And then we rushed right back because I had a trip to go on. And so as you're logging on, let us know what city, what state, what country you are logging in from. And we know that Mondays are super duper important because there's some reasons, and they're not in order of importance, but they are all important. One, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So on Mondays, I am here to fill your cup. Another reason why book club is so important is because leaders are readers. And if you desire to elevate your life, elevate your income, elevate your networks, elevate your businesses, elevate it, all your relationships, you got to read. It starts there, and get an understanding of what you're reading. And then 3, because we are never, ever going to earn more than we learn. And so if we want our money to go up, our mindset has to go up, because we should all agree that we are a product of who we are right now. So in order for us to have more, we've got to become more. And so as you're logging on, that's right, go ahead and fill in them hashtags: book talk, booktube, and good reads. You should see them on your screen so that we can make sure that we're getting this book club out to everyone all around the world. And so maybe this is your first time here. Maybe you've been here before. If you're not, you do not need the book, which is why this is so cool to be on book club with us. We take our time, we go through the book, we understand the book. Now, what the gift that I have is to help you to understand the mind of the reader. And so you're going to see that we're going to dig deep into the mind of the reader. Our goal is to become fanatical about learning, personal growth, and development through the world of reading. What I love about reading is that reading takes you to places that no plane can. I'm going to say that again. Reading will take you places, or to places, where no plane can. And so we are currently reading the Motivation Manifesto by BURCHARD, 9 declarations to claim your personal power. And right now we are on page 147, where we're getting ready to start. Abundance is at hand. We are in the 4th declaration, which is we shall advance with abandon. And I know y'all don't want me to go through those words again. I know you don't, because the mere definition of those words puts us in a place where it's like, woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm realizing, Paul, that I'm 52 now, and that's not young, it's not old. It's just what it is. It's my age. And what I realize is, so many times we try to give passes to people because we be like, oh, well, they're older, or well, they're this, or well, they're that. And what I realize is, I don't care how old I get or what age I turn, because age is not correlated to wisdom. And I also know that who I have been is not enough, because when you still have goals, and you have aspirations, and you have dreams, and you have desires, we have to change who we are, because who we've been served us for the seasons that we were in. It's not serving us where we are now. Some of the things that we've gone through or that we've become will partially serve us. But if it could serve us in totality, we would already have what we desire, or be who we desire. I hope we understand that. So the book says abundance is at hand. There isn't enough time. And let me warn y'all now that this is the part of this chapter that a lot of this is in yellow now. because I read a lot of this, certain parts of this book before. All right. So if we thought that this fourth declaration has been a doozy, we in for a treat. All right. How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling out there? All right. There isn't enough time. There isn't enough resource. There aren't enough resources. The economy is bad. No one is making it anymore. There's not enough to go around. These are the cries of those blind to the universe's abundance. Whoo, goodness great. Hold on. Let me add some. No one wants to buy from me. No one wants to join my team. No one wants to use these products. No one wants to lose weight. No one wants to. There isn't enough time. There aren't enough resources. The economy is bad. No one is making it anymore. There's not enough to go around. These are the cries of those blind to the universe's abundance. Everybody just duck. Just duck. Just duck. Okay, just duck. Now, all those who have won major life victories have found that all the resources needed to win are within. Everybody type within. All of the resources needed to win are within. And that most knowledge needed to succeed is acquired after the action. Hold on a minute. I'm going to say that one again. All of those who have won major life victories have found that all of the resources needed to win are within, and that most knowledge needed to succeed is acquired after action is taken. So here's the deal. We think that we need to know how to dot every I and cross every T before we get started. But that's not how that goes. We learn while we're in the action. Then you go back and you say, and now you know what to do because you took action, not because you knew what to do to get started. You learned in the process. So I will give you a perfect example. Paul, I went to beauty school. You know what they taught us in a haircut? 0 degrees, 45, 90 degrees. That was it. Now, I was trying to figure out, but I want to know how to do a layer haircut. It wasn't until I put into practice just the fundamental thing that I was given. Here's a 0 degree. Tracy, where's Tracy Weatherall? I see you on here. Here's a 45. Here's a 90 degree. And I couldn't understand, but I'm trying to learn how to do stacks. Because back in the day when, TLC was out and, T-Boz and all of them brought out the stack haircuts, and Salt and Pepper had the stack haircuts. And I was just trying to figure out, well, how do I do that? No one taught us how to do that. What they taught us was 0 degrees, 45 degrees, 90 degrees. I want y'all to let that one marinate for a minute. Let us join their ranks and remember these truths. We do not need more time. We need a stronger reason to act so that we use the time more effectively. Woo! We do not need to await more resources. We need to act, and we will find abundance comes to us. We do not wait for the perfect conditions. We will find perfection in progress. We do not need to ask in order to receive. We need to give in order to receive. For in giving, we are given too. We cannot timidly wait for everything to fall into our laps. We will receive only as we rise and march. For destiny turns its ear to those without fear. Oh my goodness. For destiny turns its ears towards those without fear. Here's the thing. No one ever said you wouldn't be afraid while doing it. You got to do it anyway. Scared. I remember the first time I drove. All I knew, and the craziest thing for every one of you that are a driver out there, nobody sat you in their lap and taught you how to drive. You literally had to get behind the wheel and get on the road and drive in order for you to learn. You didn't have to know. You didn't know who made the car. You didn't know how the engine ran. You didn't know where was the gas going through the engine. Did you know that every time you're driving your car that the engine is on fire? You probably didn't know that, but you drive it anyway. But you're not scared to get behind the wheel of a car that's on fire the entire time we're driving it. You get on the highway. You don't know if today is going to be the day that a big tractor trailer is going to hit you or not. But you do it anyway because you choose what to be afraid of and what to not. We choose what we're going to give excuses to or not. We choose. We don't need to ask in order to receive. He says we need to give in order to receive. These truths form the mindset of readiness and abundance that is needed to advance one's life. So could it be, Paul, that people don't have readiness and abundance because of the mindset? The successes of this world are often people, sorry, y'all, this throat, who started from scratch. Although they had limited resources, they started anyway. They built businesses and careers not because they were lucky, but because they believed that everything they needed to succeed would ultimately intersect with their actions. How would you know? How would you know whether or not you were going to win or not if you sit still waiting for the notion, well, let me wait until the Lord tells me. Now we're going to blame it on God. Now that's the one that kills me right there. As if the Bible doesn't already tell us that we're supposed to have abundance. We actually have the nerve to say, well, I'm just waiting on God to confirm whether I should do it or not. No, we're using God as the excuse. They knew that moving forward meant attracting attention, reward, and investment. They believed in abundance. So, people are always, you always winning and you always got customers and because I'm always moving forward. Whether I understand or not, I'm always moving forward. Hold on, you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I'm always moving forward. I'm never standing still. I'm willing to make a mistake. I'm willing to look silly. I'm willing to fail. And fail again. Because I read a good book that taught me to fail forward. That I'm not a failure, but that sometimes when I look at these lights that are flickering in my eyes right now, and I think about how many times they failed. How many times did they fail before they got it right? Contrast this mindset with that of those driven by scarcity, because they believe that there is never enough, so they never act. The entrepreneur who cannot see himself becoming wealthy chooses not to execute his ideas. So I don't care how many scripts people ask me for, Paul. I don't care how many strategies they ask me for. You sit and you're a hoarder of strategies and scripts because you have no desire to actually act upon it. You're not executing your ideas because you can't even see yourself becoming wealthy. So just like people hoard junk in their homes, you hoard ideas, you hoard scripts, you hoard strategies just to sit until the next training when we can get the next strategy. Well, give me another script, as if the last one wasn't good enough. Knowing you have no intention, because the executive who believes that the pie will always be too small refuses to mentor others because he'll be threatened if that person should ascend. The leader of a nation who fears others will make more money than they will give closes her borders or limits her trade policy. Woo, woo, woo. With mindsets of scarcity, they make choice after choice to self-protect, to delay, to limit, to steal, to stop. All right, everybody okay? Y'all a little quiet today. I don't see no comments. Just say ouchallujah if it's killing you. I already warned y'all that this was going to be the part of declaration number 4 that was going to have us like, woo-woo. And so, let the notion of scarcity leave us completely. Leave us how? Completely. All that we need is abundantly within, and all good things will be attracted as we act in accordance with our dreams. There's the problem. There's the problem. Right there is the problem. Because we stopped dreaming at when you turned a certain age, that's when the dreams turned off. You stopped dreaming when, as we got older, we made certain mistakes and we are wearing the scars of the mistakes as if people don't make mistakes. See, you stopped dreaming now because you went to school where they taught you that a grade determined how smart you were. You stopped dreaming completely when you thought because you got a C or a D or an F or a failed marriage or failed relationships or whatever. Maybe you went through foreclosure. So what? It happens. But you're now wearing that, so you stopped dreaming. Woo. And so let this notion of scarcity leave us completely. All that we need is abundantly within, and all good things will be attracted as we act in accordance with our dreams. That's the problem. We say we want one thing, but we're acting in accordance with our dreams. Maybe you're married to a spouse who you're a dreamer and they're not. And they really believe you gonna get rich working a job. So maybe it is that you want to dream, but your spouse is not a dreamer and you don't even know how to continue to dream because you think it's going to what? Disrupt your marriage. You won't go step out on a limb because they used to walk in a thin line. They're used to being programmed in a box, and you're not. It is but our own vision, our will, our resourcefulness, and discipline that is needed to begin. These will never be in scarce supply unless we choose to abandon them. So you got to ask yourself, when did I abandon my vision? When did I abandon my discipline? When did I abandon my resourcefulness? You know what's amazing to me, y'all? I watch people start a business, and because the business has hiccups like life does, it's so crazy how we allow the business hiccups to be much more grand than the hiccups that were on your jobs, in your ministries, and all of these other things. You know, it's amazing. I remember when Paul was working, and he used to say to me, "That's all that drama in network marketing." I said, "It's all that drama in corporate America too. Like it's all that drama on your job." I remember saying to him, "Everybody's sleeping with each other." And I'm thinking to myself, there is no more drama in this than it is with that. It ain't no more drama over here than I see in church. It ain't no more drama. But all of a sudden, what it does is because most people are looking for a reason to quit anyway. They're one good reason away from quitting. And so it's magnified. Oh, you know what? I knew I shouldn't do this, but you know what? I'm going to just go get me there will never be a scarce supply unless we choose to abandon them. But success is positive and it's necessary. Those who advance in life do so because they view progress and all its resultant successes, achievements, influence, and powers as a positive and necessary thing. Those doomed to the sidelines of life often mistakenly believe that success and its resultant powers must assuredly corrupt. This cannot be overly stated, so let us give it close attention. The doomed expect the outcomes of advancement to be negative, even if they are unconscious of such expectation. They secretly believe that all this struggle toward achievement must surely lead to a hell on earth where virtue cedes the field to vice, where they will have to sell out or compromise themselves. They believe that success and power must make us rotten, that surely friends and family must be left to the wayside as one ascends, that love of money replaces love of meaning. Oh, that's so good. That success breeds selfishness, that there is never fulfillment, only the constant lust for more, that the higher one climbs, the lonelier and more miserable one becomes. They believe in hundreds of sad and misinformed ways that success must bear only bitter fruit. And from where do such opinions rise? First, these assumptions come from an unenlightened mind blinded by scarcity and jealousy. Oh my gosh. It is sad but true. There are small-minded people among us who dislike, distrust, or hate those who succeed in life because they falsely believe that for someone to win, surely someone must lose. Oh my goodness. This is so good. These are also small people who truly wish ill for those who succeed simply because they don't want to be left behind or forgotten as those around them get ahead, create more wealth, or become more influential. Because let me tell y'all something. There are people who can make more money than you or who have made more money than you that will hate you just because people like you. I promise you that there are people who are more afraid of the influence that you have over people than money. And when this says that there are people that are misinformed, miserable, that the higher you go, that love of money, they think that, you know, a lot of Christians are taught in a way that they're supposed to remain humble, so they're not supposed to be wealthy. It is literally the way some pastors have taught, right? And so seeing others who are succeeding beyond them makes them terribly uncomfortable and angry. It forces them to look in the mirror and realize they may have less luck, less opportunity, or less innate talent than others. Guilt might arise as they conclude they have less drive, discipline, and resourcefulness. Then blame begins, excuses bubble up, anger boils, all leading to victimhood and disgust for those who seem happy and successful. From such scarcity and insecurity comes the severe and misguided beliefs that those who have power are necessarily evil and corrupt, and that somehow all of those people who are more successful than we are must surely be conspiring to hold us down. You know, there are people who, because they believe that you're doing better than them, right, feel like you throw your nose down to them. And it is not that you throw your nose down to them. What it is people who are successful don't sit around with lame excuses. People who are successful don't sit around crying over spilt milk. People who are successful don't sit around wondering if it's going to work. People who are successful don't sit around thinking, well, they're not going to buy from me anyway. People who are successful, I'm telling y'all, when someone doesn't buy from me, I'm so like, whoa, they didn't buy. Because it's their loss, but I expect everybody to be my customer. Everybody. People who are successful don't have time for foolishness. And what happens is, if you don't feel like you have achieved a level of success that others have, you want to make it seem like the people who are successful have a problem with you, when in all actuality, you and your insecurity and low self-esteem have a problem with the successful people. Let me tell y'all something. The blame begins. The blame begins. So people who are looking for one little reason to quit, wait for you to say something that offends them so that they could be ghost. I ain't like what she said. I ain't like the way she said it. I ain't like her Facebook post. I ain't like this. I ain't like that. Because the problem is what YOU. We got to look in the mirror. From such scarcity and insecurity, right? With those people who are more successful, those blinded by these assumptions cannot see their own responsibility for their reality, nor the opportunities available to all people. We all have the same opportunities, the same 24 hours in a day, the same. It is literally what we choose to do with the time that we're given. I sometimes get mad when I just can't get it all done. And I literally will go from, I got things on my list. I got to get this done. I got to get this done. I need to do this. I need to record this video. I need to do that. I need to do this. I need to cook. I need to do this. I need to get these packages out. I need to, and I get mad when I haven't had enough time to finish it all. This is not to say that these are not some powerful forces in the world that are oppressive, such as political tyranny, financial corruption, and the irresponsible wielding of power. But even in such extremes, we must be responsible for our reactions against such unfairness and responsible for our ambitions and actions beyond such rare realities. You know what's amazing to me? We have a circle of friends. They're very, very wealthy. They're more wealthy than we have ever been, right? Their level of success far supersedes where we've ever been. All right. What's amazing is to listen to them talk. They don't even see that there's that there's an economic crunch going on. They're still asking for $1,000 seat tickets. Like, they're still selling high ticket items. They're still selling $10, $20, and $30,000 courses. The problem is that the problem is not that there is not enough in the world. The problem is that we won't get out from amongst them that have low level thinking. People who have low level thinking will remain broke for the rest of their lives. Because how is it that these people are asking for $10,000 for their course, $20,000 for their course, and they're getting 50 to 100 people that'll come into a room and pay it? Where are them people getting the money from? Because there is no lack. There is no lack. Y'all got to write that in the comments. There is no lack. Wake up. Are we here today? There is no lack. And I know I'm not screaming, y'all. Y'all know I just having throat issues and I'm so passionate and I already don't have really a whole lot of voice. But there is no lack. The lack is in the way that we think. There is no lack. Get away from people always got a complaint. You always got a complaint and you always got an opinion, but you're broke all the time. How are you broke all the time with your opinionated self? There is no lack. The lack is in the people that you're connected to. Because I am watching people around me, Sean, with $10,000 deals, $30,000 deals per person in a room. I am looking, Tracy Faniel, at people who are charging $10,000 a course and they're getting it. But you want to go hang at the hookah bar. We want to go hang at the hookah bars with the low-level thinkers. At least go to a high-end hotel if you want to go hang there and go to their happy hour. The conversations are different. When people are wealthy, the conversations are different. Anyway, you know what? I don't know. You know what, Paul? That's why when I'm at the airport, people are always like, why are you going to the airport so early? Because I want to be there early and I want to go sit in the Delta Club and in the American Legions, the lounges, out American Express. I want to go around people who are wealthy. I want to be around them. There is an energy around them. Somebody gonna get it. They don't have attitudes when we say it's Seed Monday. They like, oh, sow my seed, let me do it. Paul, today, I said, you know what? We're gonna double what when I placed that order today, I said, well, you know what? What we're gonna do is we're gonna double our order. We're gonna double our order. Because we know what we want God to do right now. So we didn't order 3 bags, we actually ordered 7. Because we wanted to double the order. I want to be in the inner. Don't come to me with no complaint. As a matter of fact, when people start coming to you with the shut them off. Shut them off. Close your ears. I don't care who they are. Because they don't respect themselves. Coming to you with a bunch of complaining. Get your minds right. Get your minds right. I don't care what Trump is doing. He is not God. And I'm not disrespecting him as the president. I don't care if it was Kamala or anybody else. God is on the throne. God is in control, and he will have his way. And those of you that are believers, stop worrying about it. Pray, seek his face, because regardless of any kind of suppression, should we still not own our lives? So what? You may not have $1 million. Do we not own our lives? There is no lack. The lack is in the people that you refuse to get away from. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. There, regardless of any kind of, should we not still own our lives? Strive hard, fight, and seek without delay our own personal freedom? Isn't that the goal? That every day, Sean, when we get up, that we're supposed to be seeking our own personal freedom? What is wrong with us? Are these not millions of stories of men and women who came from nothing, climbed above their circumstances, broke the ceilings, became captains of their fates, and crossed impossible seas despite all obstacles? Tyranny and evil are not excuses to limit our vision for our lives. You know, I've never heard a story, Paul. Never. I've never heard a story. Not ever heard a story where there was a winner who didn't overcome an obstacle. We don't tell stories about people who don't overcome stuff. Give me one story where someone didn't overcome something. Those stories don't get told. Anyway, we must be very careful. Believing in any form that all those who have success and power are wicked, untrustworthy, hated, and that we ourselves would become bad if we had the same success and power is desperate, ignorant, and dangerous, though these thoughts destroy our motivation and progress in life. First, those who hate successful people as a group often do so from spite, not cause. For hatred can never have reason. Hatred can never have reason. Most who hate anyone, for that matter, usually do so out of ignorant prejudices born of fearful beliefs, rather than from any real experience with those that they hate. Most people who hate, y'all, they hate themselves. They hate something in themselves. And what it is they wish that they had what's in you, so they choose to hate on you. So most who hate anyone, for that matter, usually do so out of ignorance, prejudice, and pure unfavorability, rather than from any real experience they have had, right? For those who hate. It is a curious fact that those who hate successful people do not know many successful people. I'm going to say it again. It is a curious fact that those who hate successful people do not know many successful people. And let me tell you why you won't know very many successful people. Because successful people are like, and I'm going to say this and I need you to help. Let me explain what I mean. They're like dogs. Dogs sense fear. And successful people sense BS. And so successful people don't want to be around people who BS or talk a lot of talk with no action behind it. So you won't know many successful people because successful people only want to be around other successful people. And what happens is you'll get a person like myself who I see all this potential in people. And I will go a certain distance, but then I get the turn off switch. Because I'm that person that when I am done, I am all the way done. Like, ain't no coming back across the bridge. I'm not nasty. I'm not mean. I'm just done. Because I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried to help you see that you're more powerful than you're acting. But then I'm done. Because when that is taking all my energy, I'm ready to move on to the next thing. And either you're going to get it or you're not. So our beliefs about success and wealth determine what we will pursue in life. And so we must be conscious, because I can see what people believe about success based on how they act, what they say, what they don't do, how they show up. Do they show up late all the time? And then blame everybody else. Because successful people are on time or early. You know what's amazing, Paul? Even Neo, who's like doing a million things, I ain't never seen him late. Paul, I've never seen him late. I've never seen Nehemiah Davis be late. And he's probably busier than every single one of us on book club right now. Together, combined. And I've never, Paul, he's always busy. But what I'm saying is I've never seen him late. To an event, nothing. Never late. Now, if he's throwing the event or it's a party or something like that, he's not coming when the party starts. But when there's an event or something, Nehemiah is not late when it comes to learning and growing and all of that. Parties are different. I ain't never seen him late. Our beliefs about success and wealth determine what we will pursue in life. Also, so we must be conscious. If we think success and power corrupt our mind will not allow us to take action toward those things, and soon we will find ourselves trapped in a life of apathy and indifference. For how could we ever be successful if we dislike the very idea of success? And I'm thinking to myself, why do people have to keep being reminded? Like when you say that you want something and you're told, well, hey, it's at 8:00, or hey, it's at 10:00. Or hey, and we got to be open right now. And to see, like, we're in a launch season, we got to be open right now. And it's like every day we're saying the same things over and over again. Successful people don't do that, because successful people want success so bad they stay connected to the things that are going to cause them to have the success. The man who believes the home he is building may house the devil someday will soon put away his tools. To anticipate that we will become bad if we succeed, or to hate those who have succeeded, is a dastardly form of self-oppression, for it confines the hater to squalor. But what of the real tyrants and discriminators who hold us back? Those who cause us pain when we try to move forward, those who prejudice against us because of our race, religion, gender, lifestyle, background. To these bastards, we owe nothing. For our only recourse is even greater action toward our personal freedom in spite of them. So what should we be doing? What does this book just say? If you missed it, what it means is what we should be doing is taking greater action. When all hell is breaking loose is basically what it's saying. When nothing seems to be going right, this book says what you should be doing is taking even greater action towards your own personal freedom in spite of all the other stuff that's going on. You don't lay back. You don't take your foot off the gas. No, you press harder. You do not halt. It says freedom in spite of them. Leave them go, around them, outwit them, forget them, but do not halt. You're going to let some people go. That is the problem. We want to keep dragging people, but I want them to win. Do they want to win? You want them to win, but do they want them to win? Lord, have mercy. Leave them, let them go. It says, but do not halt. On the other side of them, we shall celebrate by choosing to wield our own success and influence in more giving and conscious ways. Do not let these people blind us. The world's successful people are more good and giving than most imagine. And they are. See, you heard about a couple of little people that are greedy, that are not so nice. But the majority of people are very kind. And if you keep running into people that are not, what does it mean if you keep attracting the same kind of person? We might all benefit from realizing that the majority of successful people were often plagued by desperation, heartache, and poverty. Outside of the tiny few who had advanced in life without exerting any real effort, most people of influence earned their own way by discipline, struggle, and service. Most successful people earned their own way by discipline, struggle, and service. Most people of influence earned their own way by discipline, struggle, and service. They broke the chains of their resentment against others and strove for their dreams, knowing that no one ultimately held them back but themselves. Who's holding you back? Who's holding you back? Type me in the comments, because nothing else is holding you back but you. Knowing no one ultimately held them back but themselves. They recognize that poverty of intelligence, I ain't never even heard that phrase, Paul. They recognize that poverty of intelligence, poverty of morals, poverty of courage were more crippling than the lack of wealth could ever be. And so they strengthened their mind and forged their character with hard work and noble pursuits. What have the great done? With the power that they earned through striving for freedom and high achievement, more good than ill. They took care of their families for generations. They built ships and schools. They laid roads and rails. They hired people, enabling them to feed and educate their children and pay their mortgages. They raised their own children and enriched their communities. They gave to others and funded the causes that a wide swath of the world benefits from every day. They gave us something to believe in, strive for, to model. Some did this by sheer force of their desire and faith. Others started with a measure of wealth. All who sustained it embraced the values of work, progress, service, and freedom. But perhaps It is time that we completely overcome our fears and egos and egos and egos and egos and our insecurities and our judgments, and learn to celebrate those who had the character and the courage required to rise up, gain abundance, and serve greatly. Let us remember that with progress comes power, and with power, the greater possibility to enjoy life and serve others less fortunate. So, why should we have power and progress and success? So that we can serve others. We can choose to use our success to change the world. So every time it gets a little hard, maybe the problem is because you think that you're doing what you're doing for money and that you're not doing it to put yourself in a position to serve more people. It's why you keep stopping. It's why you keep quitting. It's why you keep, you know what's so funny to me? I was talking to Jill and her husband Conrad this weekend at in Cancun, and they were like, we're watching you. We're believers as well. We build our business with God at the forefront, and and I said, yeah, because I can't do anything without Him. I said, it is because of Him. I said, you know what really baffles me about most believers, Paul, is that they don't understand that what we do is just an extension of our ministry. You don't go do ministry and then go do health and wellness. Because the Bible says, what does the Bible say? And so one is not separate from the other thing. I don't go do my business. No, I literally am living my life, and my business is incorporated in everything that I do because it's an extension of ministry for me. It's natural. And so, to be sure, people of vice will commit more vice as they accrue more power. But we must also know that the people of virtue will only spread more goodness as their influence grows. That's all you got to worry about. If you are a person of virtue, then you should be spreading more goodness as your influence grows. So let us work hard and enjoy the fruits of our labors without regret or small-mindedness. Let us stand on the right and generous side of might, sharing our riches and our influence with those who themselves strive for great lives and great contributions. Let us never feel we need to apologize for the power that we came by through sweat and discipline. I had to say that last night. I don't apologize for having success. I don't, because everybody that is connected to me, everybody, especially because they are connected to me, had the same opportunity to have the same level of success that I have. If you decide, I don't apologize for it. Let us stand on the right and generous side of might, sharing our riches and our influence with those who themselves strive for great lives and great contributions. Let us never feel we need to apologize for the power we came by through sweat and discipline. Instead, let us wield it against wickedness and in service to those who believe as we do. In the glories of the growth and generosity that success affords us, let this be our mindset, and we shall have our abundance and meaning. Because struggle is to be expected and honored. To radically advance our lives, we will no doubt endure real struggle. We mustn't complain about it or fail to anticipate it. There was a time when striving through trial was a virtue. Struggle was a cherished consequence of higher ambitions. It was taught as a necessary effort of heroism, and cultural advancement. It was the celebrated context in which we proved ourselves, bettered ourselves, and realized ourselves. Only there, in the depths of effort and hardship and frustration, could our weaknesses be exposed and expelled, our lives transformed, our dreams attained, our humanity advanced. Those who struggled with honor for mighty ends were not pitied, but admired and remembered across the span of time. We must remember that the power to direct our destiny comes only from a mindset that makes us willing to struggle through learning, effort, and growth. I'm going to say that again. We must remember that the power to direct our destiny comes only from a mindset that makes us willing to struggle through learning, effort, and growth. Yet the vast majority hate the struggle required to advance. They complain with great angst, and the road to independence and abundance is too hard, too inconvenient, too slow. If there is no straight and speedy line to success, the journey never begins. People don't go back to school because it will take so long. They don't exercise because the results come too slowly. They don't fight for their dreams because it would require long nights stacked on top of already busy days. Now, entire generations are narrowing their vision and efforts, fearing the hardship of facing their limitations, trying new things, and developing new talent and skill sets. The outcome is a stunningly large segment of society that is overweight, uninformed, unskilled, and unhappy. It's a tough, it's as though, real effort, the kind that involves prolonged learning and arduous nights of frustration, is avoided. People are avoiding real effort like the plague. People are avoiding the real work because we just wanted to be like the microwave. Nothing ever, nothing worth having is going to just happen. So stop it with the I can't lose weight. No, you don't want to lose weight. Let's admit that you're addicted to food, and then you can move forward. Because you know what's amazing, Paul? How out of one side of our mouths, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can't, no matter what I do, I just can't lose weight because that's what you think. No matter what I do, nobody wants to join me in business. Nobody wants to, because that's what you say and you think. Last I checked, we got friends that's still closing and making millions of dollars every month, every week. So people are out there spending. I guess the real question is, why aren't they spending with you? The outcome is stunningly large. The outcome is a stunningly large segment of society that is overweight, uninformed, unskilled, unhappy. It's as though real effort is like any inconvenience has become a good excuse to stop progress. One might wonder if having the patience and persistence needed to accomplish anything worthwhile has become a thing of the past. Let us hope not. For it is only by focusing on advancing our lives that we can ever reach our potential and freedom. None of us will rise tomorrow and say, I do not wish to advance my life, but our wishes are not what are measured at the end of tomorrow. Only our actions shall speak to who we are and what we really desire. Hold on a minute. I'm going to read what the book says again. Only our actions shall speak to who we are and what we really desire. I'm going to read that one more time. Only our actions shall speak to who we are and what we really desire. So what we say we desire and what we really desire are only shown through our actions. Ooh, wow. So let us, all right, shall speak to those who we at the end, where we at, who we are. So let us rise tomorrow with mindsets for advance. I don't think we have until tomorrow. Let us be bold again. In the face of any concern, we can remember that all we need is within, that fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the brave. And that action alone will illuminate the next step. If we take action, the next step lights up. The reason why you still feel like you're in darkness is because you won't take the step. There's a song that we used to sing back in the day in church. And the song says, Well, if you make one step, God, will make two. God doesn't make the two steps, Paul, until we make the one step. So let us be bold again. Let us forever strive towards something we choose as meaningful, with a conviction so pure and powerful that we advance with grand leaps. We must commit ourselves to this cause of advancement for the sake of growth and giving. No longer shall we wait for permission, proper timing, or ease in rapidly progressing our lives. Let us go now. We have work to do. We have influence to gain, service to render, power to share, freedom to achieve for our loved ones. So let us advance and begin great things now. I need everybody to comment the word now. I know y'all are so glad that declaration number 4 is finished. And we will begin declaration number 5 next week. We shall practice joy and gratitude. Allowing us gratitude bestows reverence, allowing us to encounter everyday epiphanies, those transcendent moments of awe that change forever how we experience life and the world. I don't know about y'all, but so ends declaration number 4. We shall advance with abandon. We shall advance with abandon. And we're going to go to declaration number 5, where we shall practice joy and gratitude. And there's only 9, so we've only got 4 more declarations left. We shall not break integrity is another. We shall amplify love. And then lastly will be we shall we shall inspire greatness, and then we shall slow time. All right, declaration number 9. So I hope that you enjoyed. This was like, whoa, right? And in 1 hour, so let's make sure first, before we even go there, let's make sure that you guys are following me, subscribe to this YouTube channel if you are not already subscribed, so that you get, it was a for real jab, right? Jamming on the what? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you are following me on all of my social media platforms, you guys. On Instagram, I am the real Nina Moorer. On Instagram, all of my names are always going to be consistent on every platform that I'm on. On Facebook, I am Nina Rochelle Moorer. You want to follow me on Facebook, and you're going to see it come up on the screen. And then also, I want you to follow me on TikTok. You're either going to see Nina Moorer or the Wellness Queen, right? Wherever you go, that's what you're going to see. And you might even, you're starting to see Queen's Court. Y'all like my shirt, the Queen's Court, right? The Queen's Court everywhere. Make sure that you are also subscribed to my website, ninamoorer.com. And you want to make sure you subscribe. You're going to get a free gift once you subscribe. Now, listen, if you are in the Atlanta area or anywhere near Atlanta, I need you all to register for Bible study. We have our in-person Bible study on Saturday, March the 1st at 11 a.m. I want to see you all there, all right? At 11 a.m. Saturday, March the 1st, and you're going to get registered at ticketlocity.com, all right? Ticketlocity.com / I think it's Mora Group. Make sure you go and get registered for the women's Bible study. I believe it's moregroup.ticketlocity.com. I think that link is in our links, right? And they can go get registered. If you're anywhere near Atlanta, seriously, y'all, go get registered. If you can get here, go get registered. We've got some amazing things planned as we continue to go through the months, and we have our women's Bible study. All right. And so, you guys, I pray that you had an amazing time with us. You know that book club is so important to me. We will be back here next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for those of you who need a little extra, in 1 hour, in just 1 hour, we are going to have an amazing presentation. It's literally not a long presentation, but we will be strong. And we've got a great guest, right? And then our very own Dr. Nicole Bramwell that will be with us this evening as well. when we are now going to show you how to run our $45, 45 to 10K play, right? Our 45 to 10K a month play. And so if you are interested in that information, make sure that you get back to the person that might have invited you to watch this, or you send me a message. Quickly do it now, because once the call starts, I will not be able to answer any messages, okay? So that we can get you that link 1 hour from right now. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the nose, all right? We're going to be on time, and I can't wait to see you all there. So until then, you guys, remember this. Let's have a great rest of the evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be kind to one another. Do a good deed and pay it forward. And always remember that God loves you. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Good night, and God bless you all.